We'll have a little bit of funk, a little bit of jazz music to start it off, and then we'll just have a good casual conversation. Hello and welcome to Morning Fuel. I am your host, John Bundy, and you are here because you believe in the power of the spoken word and its ability to change lives, and that by sharing our stories, we can help others to overcome challenges that they cannot overcome on their own. Whether it's a victory you need to win in business or in your own personal life, you understand that the answers can be found in listening to others who are willing to share their stories, knowing that their story ultimately doesn't belong to them. All right, today's guest, having always been interested in sales and marketing, selling an intangible product like insurance can be particularly challenging, he says. But over the past 30 plus years, it has become second nature to him. When asked what was his favorite thing about what he does, he replied, "I like the variety of people, problems, and solutions that I deal with every day. It never gets boring to me. I enjoy the freedom of being in control of my time and of being in control of my success or failure." Also, when asked what were his methods for keeping productive, he responded, "In the early days, the best productivity method would have been to concentrate on prospecting. But my best method for being productive at this stage of my career is by just concentrating on the needs of my clients." His advice to others aspiring to succeed as a business owner is, find something that you love to do, and you will never work a day in your life. Please welcome to the Morning Fuel podcast family, Port Financial Services, Inc., Robert Tassone. Good evening, Robert. Good to see you, man.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. That was a pretty cool, great gathering. Met some new people earlier at Williamsburg Jewelry.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, man, it's my pleasure. I love hearing people's stories, and you always do that when you get in a gathering like that.
Find a few more people to talk to.
Yeah. So talk to us about Robert Tassone's origin story. How did you get into financial services?
Well, it came about because I was interested in selling advertising at a young age in my 20s, and I was having difficulty finding a job doing that for a newspaper.
Okay.
And I was talking to my life insurance agent one night about it because I was doing something else. And he said, "Well, if you want to do marketing, life insurance salesmen are the greatest salesmen in the world."
Okay.
And
so you took that as a challenge.
And so I said, "Well, tell me more." And that was 30 plus years ago.
Okay. Wow. So 30 plus years in the financial services and insurance industry.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, were you always located here in Virginia?
I've always been in Virginia. At the outset, my office was in Norfolk. And then I moved to Middlesex County for about 20 years. And then I've been in Williamsburg for 5 or 6 years now.
Okay. When did you know that this was your thing? When did you know? Was there a certain point where there was a story or somebody you helped that just kind of clarified it for you?
I don't know that there was a one person or anything, but I spent a lot of time early on as a sales manager. And so I used to have that conversation with agents that I trained, and I used to describe it as, do you own this business or are you just renting it? In other words, are you still trying it out or is it really yours?
Right.
And I used to just say, well, I need to succeed at this because I really don't know how to do anything else.
Okay.
So I don't have anything to fall back on. I'm pretty stupid otherwise.
Okay, I got you. Any hobbies that you take up?
My wife has a horse. And so when I met her, I learned that horseback riding and just the horse is a lifestyle. It's not a hobby.
Okay, gotcha.
It's more than a hobby. It takes real dedication. And there are horse people and there are non-horse people, and so we take care of George. Any time we go anywhere, we usually go for a trail ride.
Okay. George the horse.
So yes.
Do you have more than one? Just one?
Just
George?
one. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, at this, it's enough keeping up with one. I mean,
that's a big creature.
it's kind of like people say a boat is something you pour money into. Well, a horse is the same thing.
Sure, gotcha. How old is George?
George is going to be 20, so he's been our teenager, but he's getting up there now.
Okay. What's the lifespan of a horse?
30.
Okay.
Or more.
I gotcha.
Sometimes.
His age starting to show, or is he still kind of?
Well, it's just like all of us. Yes, we're all starting to show our age.
Right. I don't know, man. I'm just getting started.
Well, I mean, you've got a few gray hairs there.
Yeah, I do.
So do I.
It's platinum blonde. Platinum blonde is what it is. Yeah, man. Okay. Well, cool. So now, is Port Financial? Is that your baby, or are you part of a company? Is that a larger organization, or what is that?
Well, I've had people ask me that before, and I've taken it as a compliment. But because somebody says, "Are you a franchise of something or whatever?" No. Port started as Peter Olenek, Robert Tassone. So my business partner was Pete. Hi, Pete.
Okay.
And Pete's about 11 or 12 years older than I am, so he's retired now.
Gotcha. Living the life.
And so it's just me. I kind of bought him out.
Gotcha. Okay.
And but originally when we started, it was the two of us, and we were at it for a good while.
Yeah.
Over 20 years together.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now it's RT.
Yeah,
RT's
well, anyway, so we still use Port.
That's good. Okay. I was going to ask, I mean, because to me, names and identity, really are a big deal, finding out why people named their business what they did. And all that.
I think of things like that, like the license plate of my car is a combination of my name and my wife's name.
Okay.
It combined into one word.
Gotcha.
And people will ask me, what does that mean?
Right. Yeah. Inside joke.
Yeah.
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 All right. So let's see. Now when you talked about, in answer to one of the questions I asked on the survey, your methods for keeping productive. Do you have any other sort of like technical methods or sort of like a routine that you do daily or weekly that help you to kind of just keep going in business or to help you succeed?
I don't know. I think it's something that's innate. I mean, there are people that like to work and there are people that like to goof off. I don't know.
Right.
But I mean, I think it has to do with liking what you do.
Gotcha.
It's really not, I don't look at it as working what I do.
Right.
So in fact, when my kids were younger and I would horse around with them all weekend, I used to say, I can't wait to get back to the office so I can rest.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah. No, I got you. I totally got you. That calling that we have, and you haven't. I know this. I know some other guys in the financial world. I mean, the way that you can help people. The opportunities that you have to help folks that's got to be kind of a gratifying type of job to be in. So I can see the joy in having a position or a work like that.
Yeah. I think any business owners are not there just because they're trying to make a lot of money. They really most of them that I know, they really have a concern for their clients and a love for what they do and what they provide for people.
Right.
If you don't have that, I don't think you can be really successful anyway.
Gotcha. Now, when it comes to mentors or people that have had an influence on you, or perhaps books, can you think of one or two that really stand out that are those people or those books that you go back to on occasion for a quote or something that just kind of gets you moving?
I mean, especially early on, I loved motivational type books and authors like Zig Ziglar and so forth. But and I've been influenced by sales managers and other people in my business.
Right.
I never take the opportunity where I meet someone in my business and look at them as a competitor. I think that we all have a kind of a benevolent way about us where we try to help each other when we can. But I'm driven mostly just by the people that I work with now. I mean, it's just I like my clients.
Right. Gotcha. Do you have maybe an example or sort of a testimony of, maybe somebody that was really confused about finances, but then all of a sudden, in meeting with you and you're offering them your service that they finally just got it?
Well, it's hard to talk about things specifically, and I don't want to talk about
we'll disguise
this
the names,
product or
change
that
the names.
product or whatever. But it's funny because over the period of a couple of weeks, I had 3 instances where clients were trying to tell me, "No, Bob, this is what I need, not that. This is better than what you've got or what you're telling me. I looked it up online and
Right.
And I just go, well, okay, let's wait a minute. We'll see. We'll talk about it." And I get there, and 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
And you think you can look something up online and know more about it than I do?
Right.
Not very often.
Right. Sure. Yeah, I've got a Volkswagen diesel, and I know I could probably YouTube how to fix it.
Yeah.
But I always take it to my mechanic because he knows better.
Oh yeah.
And he's got the tools to do it. So yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean, it's like Clint Eastwood says, man's got to know his limitations.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Wow, we think we're so smart, right? Dr. Google. We just Dr. Google it, and
I'm as guilty as anyone else. I get on. I look at the YouTube video or whatever, and I say, is this something that I can do? It's like most home improvement projects. By the time you figure out what you're doing, you're done.
Right.
So and then you never do it again. So.
Yeah. Well, Bob, you say that you've got a pretty dry sense of humor, but it takes a little while to draw it out of you. Do you have like a favorite comedian or a favorite, kind of genre of comedy that you listen to? My wife's big into, when I first met her, she was one of those that would watch Are You Being Served, kind of a British comedy, and she thought it was hilarious. And I'm sitting there going, what is so funny about that? Yeah, I don't get it,
Well, I love Rodney Dangerfield.
Okay, I got you. The classics, huh?
And the Seinfeld program is something,
Sure.
I get all the Seinfeld jokes. My kids gave me a Seinfeld trivia game once for Christmas, and I never even opened the box.
Right.
Because I couldn't find anybody that would play with me.
Right. Yeah, no competition, right?
No, there's no, it's still there, but I've never, it's kind of like if I gave you a Star Wars trivia game.
Right.
What chance would I have?
I don't know.
So what can you do?
Yeah, right. Kramer was my favorite on that series, but
yeah. Well, yes, Kramer is probably the best physical comedian since Dick Van Dyke.
Right. Well, cool. Well, before I ask my last question, how can folks reach out to you? What's a good way that they can contact you?
Well, I've had the same cell phone number for 20 plus years, and so it's out there, so I give it out.
Gotcha.
Really, it's 757-870-3521.
All right.
And my website is port-insurance.com.
Okay. All right. We'll also add that to the show notes so folks can contact you. It's fantastic. Well, okay. Last question. All right. As a business owner, as a business, what is it that you need most right now?
What do I need most? I need a vacation. I don't know. What do I need?
What is it you're looking for?
I'm one of those people that it's hard to buy for. I mean, because I don't want to have a lot of stuff, and so I don't know. I can't think of a thing that I need.
Sure.
I always need a new friend.
Okay, gotcha.
And
friends, clients,
or a new client, or
in your network,
or a new grandchild, or something. But,
gotcha.
But that's it. I don't need anything.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, great talking with you, Robert. Really, really good to get to know you, get to meet you, and I look forward to networking more with you. It's fun.
My pleasure.
All
Nice
right,
to see
man.
you.
Yeah. Good to see you
Take
too.
good care.
Awesome.